Okay. Welcome to the greatest travel podcast in the universe. Hypothetically, maybe, we hope. I'm your host, Fraser Laveay, InspiredTravelEat.com, and I'm with the lovely, gorgeous, stunning Jackson Greaves, who did his hair today. He is looking nice.
You know,
Yeah, it looks
that was pretty
good.
good, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
today we are tackling a debate that a lot of people have, and that we have ourselves. Jackson is the most the best food critic on earth, I would say. Like he knows his food, he knows his quick service food, he knows everything. We're tackling the best fast food slash QSRs, which, as we know in the biz, stands for quick service restaurants, and regional. We're going across the country. Where's like the best spot if you're traveling and you want a fast food that kind of hits for that region that you're in? Or, everyone knows when they go to California, you go to In and Out. Now In and Outs have kind of gone across the country, but yeah, we're going to tackle some spots you may not know about that you have to try. Like every
Mm,
Canadian, when they come down to the US and they don't know about Chick-fil-A, I show them Chick-fil-A. We're going to
there you
discuss
go.
our favorites and that sort of thing. So I don't know. Should we go regional before we start? We will go regional, but I might be the most offensive one in this in this podcast, which is a nice little flip. Fuck Chipotle. I've had enough.
Yeah, there's plenty of better options. Moe's being one of them. That's a nice little chain. I
So
love Moe's. I also love Salsaritas. That one's a great one as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Post COVID, they have gotten absolutely stingy with everything. You pay double now
Yeah.
for half the product. You get like nothing in your burrito anymore. I went there a month ago. It was the first time I've had it in probably 2 years, and I love Chipotle. I like it, and the burrito was half the size, and it was like $16. Not only that, 20% of the population hates cilantro. It's genetic or hereditary,
I
and
love it
it's
for the record.
that's yeah. Well, you're one of the 80%, my friend. That
Yeah.
a white male, 80%. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, cilantro to 20% of the people tastes like soap, and it's in everything. It's in the salsa, it's in the meat, it's in the corn, it's in the air, it's in the register if you just go lick the register, you know?
I, yeah.
So
I mean,
anyways,
it's not
that's my rant.
finger licking good.
No.
Some places are like if
Yeah.
if you're having Reba's chicken at KFC, they lick in the register. They
Yeah.
probably are licking the register there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just had to get that out of the way. I've had enough. One region I wasn't sure about, and maybe you do, and I'm even from the area ish, but the
Mm.
Pacific Northwest, I don't know if they have any regional fare. Like they have
The
Starbucks.
Northwest,
The Pacific Northwest, like Seattle.
Pacific Northwest. I mean, does the California Pizza Kitchen count? I don't know if maybe that's Los Angeles. I don't know. I thought it was a little
Yeah, I
more.
think that'd be more California than Pacific Northwest. Who wants to visit the Pacific Northwest anyways? It's rare, rainy, it's dreary. They're probably so damn healthy up there. They'd probably just eat vegan tacos, and you can't eat fast food, but you can do meth and
Mm-hmm.
cocaine if you want that. They have little pop-up shops for that stuff. Well, then where should we start? What region should we go to? The Southwest, the Midwest, the South?
We could. I mean, there's certain categories. I mean, I was going to
Ooh.
ask you also about pizza. Does pizza qualify within this category?
Let me start with Canada then. And yes, but only if it's like insanely good pizza. And so Canada, if you're going to Canada ever, near and dear to my heart, there's three places that are my favorite, almost on earth. We have an A&W.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do y'all have them down here, but it's not like just a standalone A&W store or restaurant. So we have an A&W. It's just like a McDonald's, but they have a teen burger. Jackson, their teen burger is exquisite. Oh my gosh, it's good. Then Wendy's in Canada,
I do love
is
Wendy's.
way better. Wendy's up in Canada is 10 times better. The Wendy's down here is trash. Wendy's in Canada is like the junior bacon
I
cheeseburger.
do love the chili at Wendy's. Always been a big fan of the
Hmm.
chilies
Yeah,
the
and
chili at Wendy's.
Frosties are good too.
I dip
But
everything in those Frosties. Everything.
yeah, that's interesting. That's popular. And then there's pizza. There's a place called Panago Pizza, and they have a chicken bacon ranch, and the ranch is like this jalapeno ranch sauce. Oh my god.
Jalapenos. Like come standard, stocked and loaded.
Yeah. And at the point when I ate this, I only ate ham and pineapple pizza. That's all I ever ate, and this was the only pizza to skew me away. And I mean, the U.S. loves ranch and being fat. How they never discovered this kind of thing before Canada is shocking to me. But anyways, so
Hmm.
it has to be really good
We
pizza, I
do love
think.
to dip. I mean, Americans love to dip everything. We're
Yeah,
big
that's true.
dippers.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
do. We have a sauce for everything here.
yeah,
So I mean, look at our condiment aisle. It's unbelievable. Our
yeah,
condiment aisle looks like the water aisle in Europe.
yeah. And the ranch, I think like the ranch aisle itself, there's like 17,000 ranches. It's
Yeah,
absurd.
I mean, if you're in the South, usually, I like things. So we are definitely, depending on your region, I think you're pervy to certain condiments, especially
Mhm.
branded condiments. But that's for a different podcast.
Yeah, we'll
We
have
can
a
talk
condiment
about ranch all
podcast.
day long. We
Yeah,
could talk about ranch all day long.
I'll
But I
note
will
that.
say, if I where you will find me with some ranch in my hand, if we're talking about dipping, would be
Mm.
Raising Cane's. I was thinking, you said Chick-fil-A. What could compete? Because Chick-fil-A, I feel like you go for the chicken sandwich. Where
Mm-hmm.
do you go for the dipping? The nuggets, they don't really satisfy me at Chick-fil-A. They're
Really.
they're too tiny. I like a big old thick strip.
Mm-hmm.
So where I like to go, if because I'm on the road a lot, I see Canes, Raising
Yeah.
Canes. It's always off the interstate, and they typically good service, great service. But the
Mm-hmm.
sauce they have, their special sauce. I don't think Zaxby's even comes close to it. I think Raising Cane's is in a league of its own when it comes to the strip market.
Yeah, I think that's one of the hottest debates you could have in the fast food industry is what's better, Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's. I get argued against where I say Chick-fil-A, I like it better. I keep on
The
trying
service
Cane's.
takes everything. I mean, the
Yeah.
service you can
The
they're
heat, it's always hot in your mouth. Like you like bite, you get little
fresh. It's fresh.
succulent. And also the Chick-fil-A sauce is my favorite sauce on earth. It's like
They have great
crack
sauces. The
cocaine.
honey bar roasted barbecue sauce. If you've never tried it,
Their sriracha sauce. So, but I get you
it's
were saying about the longer nuggets of Cane's is nice, but the
yeah. The
sauce,
strips at Chick-fil-A are fantastic. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong, but
it's a good.
with the toast they
Yeah,
put in
people
there,
love the toast
I
too.
love the toast. I
I
used to love the toast before the crumbs, but
mm,
I mean, I used to love all chicken tenders. I really kind of leaned away, but when I was in my chicken tender phases, I was definitely all about the Canes. I was
yeah,
raving about Canes.
yeah. A lot
Um,
of people love it, so I think if you have never tried it, at least give it a whirl. So
mm,
that's fair. I agree. Um, what about wanna know where else I hate that people love?
where?
Texans love Whataburger, and Whataburger is
I had
tasteless
it on my
trash.
list. I had it on my list to talk about because honestly, I feel like it's a pride thing. I think it's a pride,
Yes. Fuck
and
yes. Thank you,
it's just
Jackson. Drew
Uh,
may fuck
California has In and Out, which honestly, I'm
10
not the
times
biggest
better.
fan of In and Out. I don't
Mm.
think In and Out beats Whataburger. I think they're both on the.
What? The
Can I tell
burger
you what?
is 10 times
Immediately,
better.
my one thing about In and Out, the fries, they're shit.
So
I
that's
think the fries are
but
totally terrible.
Jackson,
That's half. That's the side of the meal.
Jackson,
That's a whole portion,
you
and
have to
it's
get them animal
trash.
style.
Throw them in the garbage.
The fries are terrible, but that's why you get them animal style with an extra side of spread. Always. Always animal style, extra side of spread. Because, yeah, their bear
All
fries are the
all
worst
I
fries
heard
on
with
earth.
that statement was that's a perplexed order, not for the common man. I'm
Animal
talking
style?
animal style.
That's
Yeah,
a thing. That's an in and out thing. That's a staple.
that's the staple was animal style.
Yeah, you have to get animal style. So that's why we're here to tell people their fries
Yeah, well,
absolutely are the
I
worst
might
fries
go
in the
tonight
business.
and try animal style, and if it's
Dude,
terrible,
animal style fries and you get an extra side of spread just in case. Spread is like the good shit that
it's
comes
just
on.
seasoning to cover how badly seasoned the actual fries are. That's
It's
all.
really just kind of like Thousand Island dressing with like onions that are grilled, and I don't even like onions, but oh my god, so good.
Hmm.
So my order in and out is the double double, no onions, extra pickles, animal style fries, extra side of spread, and then if I'm feeling like fat but I also want to cut back, I will get a protein style, just single burger, and that's just wrapped in lettuce. So it's like I get two burgers, but one doesn't hurt me just as much, and that'll help your Crohn's because there's no bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so try that.
Uh,
Whataburger is awful. It is only a pride thing. It tastes like a Dairy Queen hamburger. It tastes like
now,
a Burger King hamburger. Those are all trash too.
now, a place that I will say that goes above and beyond what I would consider a burger would be. I mean, it costs a little more these two places, but
It-
Culver's,
oh, good one.
Culver's out of Wisconsin,
Yeah.
out of Wisconsin. I was about to ask you how far west would you? I mean,
No, there's one.
Wisconsin,
There's ones out here. There's
Midwest.
Culver's in Arizona.
Yeah, Culver's it took the world by storm with their butter burgers.
Mm,
They're really fantastic, smashed patties. Yeah,
yeah.
but
And
also
then
one kind
Five
of
Guys.
yep, Five Guys. Five Guys is the other one I was gonna say.
I knew it.
One that sneaks in, one
That's
that
my
sneaks
favorite.
right away. Steak and Shake. I
I was
love Steak and
gonna.
Shake, and that's in
Yeah.
Illinois. That's in
Yeah.
Illinois. Really comes
Indiana.
sneakily. Yeah, it really sneaks in with the fast food chains.
The
Unbelievable.
Midwest is like just known for being like overweight, but they have the best fast food, the best
They
food in general.
typically
It's
do. They
yeah,
typically do. And now I was going to bring this up. One about the pizzas. The pizzas thing is what I was going to bring up because I was going to bring up also since you were saying fast casual service, you can get their pizzas at the supermarket. It was either California Pizza Kitchen or Uno's.
oh,
Uno's,
I forgot about
Chicago.
Uno's.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like Uno's.
yeah.
It's not bad. I find it. I had a great experience at the one in Baltimore once.
Hmm.
After a great day at the Baltimore Aquarium, went over to Uno's and had me a
Hmm.
big old thick boy.
Yeah.
Ate it all. Ate it all.
While we're on pizza, I also never order Papa John's. It is trash. I hate
Mm,
Papa John's. So people
very
will say
greasy.
that's yeah, and people say it's good. Like their crust is terrible. I
Mm.
don't know if this is regional. I don't know if it's across the country, but I love Hungry Howie's. Hungry Howie's is just like a shitty fast food pizza. Like it's same thing as Pizza Hut.
Is it
Any of
the
those.
pizza bar? Like they have the pizza bar?
No, it's just like a Pizza Hut, but they
Mm,
like have different flavored crusts. Ooh,
mm.
it's good. It's just like greasy, terrible, but it's my favorite pizza in that's not like a one-off pizzeria type place in terms of the chains I like, but also
What about
burgers.
sandwiches? But if we're
Yes.
going from burgers to sandwiches,
Back on the burger. So you said steak and shake, right? Like the Indiana,
Steak
Illinois
and Shake,
spread,
yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
specifically at Steak and Shake, I get the
Mm,
Frisco melt,
mm,
and then I love their fries. Steak and
yeah.
Shake fries are elite.
I
The
think
shoes,
steak
little
and shake
tines.
might be the best burger that's actually fast food. So like In and Out and Five Guys are my favorite by far, but they're not as fast as Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake is just like McDonald's. Like you drive through, but you get much better superiority in terms of taste and
Absolutely, the milkshake. I mean, their
mm,
milkshake is phenomenal. Steak and
yeah.
Shake milkshakes are incredible,
Yeah, I agree.
incredible.
What about I don't know if this one falls into the category, but what's the I think it started in Texas. Oh, you like go in and order Shake Shack.
Shake
That's
Shack,
also
yep.
good. That's kind of more
Yeah,
restaurant-y.
I'm pretty sure they went public.
Hmm.
When you go public, you might as well be a McDonald's to me,
Yeah,
or
that's fair.
Subway.
So,
And
yeah.
yeah,
What's your
and if I
favorite
have to
burger?
go to a sandwich places, that's what I was bringing up. Places
Mm.
to compete with Subway because honestly, Subway is trash to me.
Yeah,
As I'm just
concur.
not a fan. I love Jimmy John's. I love Jersey Mike's. I love Shalotsky's Deli.
Schlonsky is good.
I'm a big Shalotsky's guy. If you get a Shalotsky's brand new, brand open with, I mean, their deli slicer is just popped out of the box, greased. There's nothing tastier. There's nothing tastier. And their pizzas, their little ciabatta pizzas,
Mm.
unbelievable.
One or two that trump all those, and I enjoy all those equally. Penn Station, but I've only seen it in Indiana and the Midwest. Penn
Yeah.
Station. is, have you ever had it?
I did. They had one
What?
in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh,
They have
I
Penn
love
Station.
Penn
It's
Station.
just the hot subs they had. I just
So
preferred
good.
Quiznos. I preferred
Uh,
Quiznos.
hmm.
I did. They did. They got
Yeah.
the same concept, same little oven that they put the little pizza oven that's on the little thing, and they
No, Quiznos, they bake the meat on the grill, kind of like Jersey Mike's.
the
Yeah.
one the Penn Station I went to was just not
One
hitting.
of my favorite thing to do, a little secret, and the Jersey Mike's guy looked at me like he thought I was a weirdo. But I get the Chipotle cheesesteak, and I no onions, but I ask him to put peppers, extra banana peppers, and pickles on the grill, and he goes, "Pickles on the grill?" I was like, "Yeah, we put peppers on the grill. At different places you heat up pickles, like in
I've done it.
yeah." And he's like, I was like, "They're just pickles. They're not better than us. We can put them wherever we want." And the
I,
pickles heated up, and the banana peppers or pepperoncinis. Oh my! So that's my favorite. The other place is in Texas, and it's called Steak Express or something, but it's only it was in Lubbock. It was at the Texas Tech in our old main, like the cafeteria. And I've
hmm
Googled it, and it's only in West Texas. It's in like what are those main towns in West Texas?
Lubbock, Abilene,
Odessa,
Midland.
yeah, Midland, Odessa, and Abilene. I've only seen it there. It's got a similar name to something that's out there, so it's not Steak Express or Steak Escape, I think.
Steak
But
Escape.
if you're ever in Midwest or West Texas, that's a favorite
Rose's
sandwich.
Cafe. I loved Rose's
Yeah,
Cafe. If you're hitting fast food Mexican.
yeah.
Another one that just blows me away that I was actually going to do one to stay away from.
Hmm.
That's be capping is Dickie's barbecue. If you see
Look,
any Dickies around, don't eat Dickies.
uh, on my notes, I just so everyone's proof. Anyone wants to screenshot my notes? I put no. There's no good fast food barbecue, and Dickie's is terrible. That's the bottom one I have. Dickie's
Yeah.
is terrible.
For the audience, Fraser and I do not go over our notes. We get a topic before these episodes. We brainstorm individually,
Yeah,
and we meet up here on this platform to express our thoughts to one another. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one because Dickies is. I wish they would close everyone down in the nation. I
yeah,
wish they would. They are a terrible excuse for barbecue, not any way representative of barbecue or America. For that
no,
example, heresy is what I call that. It's just
yeah.
crock pot barbecue. I hate that place.
I wonder if a
So
European came up with it because it's definitely like you said, it's un-American. It is not
no, if I had to
came from our
do
country.
fast food barbecue around the country, um, ones that I see occasionally are Corky's. I see that one. I see I see Rudy's. Rudy's is a good one. It's a Texas one. I don't know how far out they have expanded from Texas, but
Yeah,
Rudy's is a pretty dang good uh, one. Barbecue is tough. You don't really see many chains of barbecue because they are. I mean, Chili's tried it, and
mm.
Chili's can't even do it. It's
The
hard
one,
to do fast food barbecue on consistently across the nation. It's just
yeah,
hard to expand because honestly, pit masters are very unique to certain places, and that's why. Yeah. Oh, I will say Tennessee had a one that was pretty good, Buddies, because I loved Buddies because they had great hush puppies and great wings on demand and great spuds. They had baked potatoes just filled with meat, cheese, and sauce.
what's a
Just
hush puppy?
fantastic. Hmm?
What's a hush puppy?
A hush puppy?
Yeah,
You're
what
not
is
familiar
that?
with a hush puppy?
Nope.
Okay, so hush puppies can be found at your Long John Silver's, your Captain D's, any way around fish and chips. If where there's cornbread, there's hush puppies. And what they are is fried up cornbread mixed with parsley, the
Hmm,
good stuff, salt, pepper. Just yeah, it's
okay.
oh god, baby powder. It's fantastic. I love me making up some hush puppies. I put a little I mix in a little pimento with it. I have to get it nice and hard because if not, it'll disintegrate in the fryer.
Yeah.
But you got oh goodness, I got a good hush puppy mix.
Hmm,
Good one. And I serve it up with my fried fish. It's
great.
but of course I haven't. I've stayed away from it because the crows.
crowns. Maybe you can make a gluten-free hash
Corn.
brownie.
Yeah, we'll see. Off the corn.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
corn.
I could use it. Yeah, cornmeal. I can just work with it.
A
But the fryer,
question. Yeah.
it just messes with my stomach.
I feel like I've never really had it very well, but you mentioned Long John Silver's, and someone I was talking to, shout out Olivia, said she loves Long John Silver's.
I was going to ask you. You said Pacific Northwest. I would love to know where Long John Silver started. I'm going to look
Hmm.
that up real quick.
Yeah, you looked that up. And just for the record, Jackson mentioned we don't talk about any of the stuff. Things we nailed was Whataburger being a pride thing, Five Guys being one of the best burgers on earth, In and Out, awful fries I had in my notes, but when you gotta get the spread, and then yeah, I've got two others, and Dickies is terrible. Jack
So,
in the Box is absolutely awful,
yes,
awful.
I do agree. I do agree with that. And
And
I think they also are hit and miss. The ones in Nashville all closed down due to shootings.
hmm,
But there's one here
do you think
that
schools
is
will shut down too?
fantastic. Huh?
Do you think schools will shut down because of shootings, or that's just more to the QSRs because they're not as
No,
necessary?
I'm going to stay away from that one. This is a travel podcast. And then, so I just found out though, Long John Silver's started in Lexington, Kentucky.
Ooh,
So let your friend know who really prides himself off the authenticity of that fish. Let him
yeah,
know that the place where it was founded isn't 100 miles radius of an ocean.
yeah. That's what I think of when I think about fresh
Disgusting.
fishes. Long
Disgusting.
John or Lexington, Kentucky.
Absolutely
Another place
disgusting.
that is awful because everything tastes like onions that people like is White Castle.
Yeah, Crystals. I was going to say too is a place that just is. It's a hit or miss,
Mm.
just crystals. But any crystals beats a White Castle. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, White Castle. Like if you just
They don't
the
even try.
air, it tastes. The burger tastes like onions. The fries taste like onions. The straws taste like onions. The air, the bathrooms, everything. The people probably.
Tell me a White Castle in this country that doesn't have a bathroom already locked, and you have to go ask the person behind the counter if you can use the bathroom. I
Yeah,
don't know of a White Castle in America that doesn't have that policy,
I feel like I've
just
gone
because
into
of all
White.
the drugs that
Mhm.
are in them
We
in
need
the
to
White.
take all the White Castles and put it in Oregon. So then they have the two birds with one stone: the drugs, as well as a QSR that's local to their area.
Mm,
White Castle, it reminds me like if you go camping and you have a campfire and the campfire like the whole next week you smell like the campfire. That's same
yeah,
with onions. Yeah.
just can't stand that
No.
place. Um,
Me either.
I'm trying to think of another
There,
one that's
my
just.
favorite. I don't know how. I've only seen it in Arizona, and again, I was turned on to it by said Olivia. Cava. Have you ever Cava? Have you ever had
I've
it? It's
had.
like it is similar idea to Chipotle, but it's Greek food, so it's like pita wraps or salads. However, they dump like where Chipotle does like a scoop of meat, they do like two heaping scoops of meat, and their fixins they have like double the fixins Subway has. It's
Hmm.
like it just goes on, and you get like they have 7 or 8 different dips.
That's the most southern word I've ever heard you say, Fraser. The fixin.
Fixins? Yeah,
Yeah,
I love saying fixins. So
the
many
way you
fucking
said it too.
fixins. I got
Yeah, you
it
said
from
like I didn't hear
Eastbound and
any.
Down.
Yeah, I didn't hear any Canadian in that at all.
So many fucking fixins. Oh yeah, fixins.
I was very impressed.
I like fixins. I like y'all fixins. And there's like a few other things I put into my vocabulary from the South that I like more than typical.
I mean, if I had, there's a small Tennessee chain that I would actually compare to beating In and Out and Whataburger and all of them. It's called Pals, Pals,
Thanks
Pals.
for
Small time. It's in
thanks for
Tennessee,
spelling it.
just in Tennessee. That's my little small town one,
Hmm.
and it is phenomenal,
Yeah.
phenomenal. And it's fast service, as fast as you can get, and it's just burgers, hot dogs, and oh, it's just It's an experience, I would say.
Ooh.
It's you know you're driving by a Pal's because they have every Pal's has a gigantic burger and a set of fries on top of its building. You can look up a picture of them. All their buildings are very fun and unique. Love them.
Uh-huh.
Love me some Pal's.
Yeah, the also down in Texas, my friend Drew swears by Taco Cabana.
Yes, Taco Cabana. I've went there one last week. Unbelievable. I
Yeah, you
love
like it?
it's the Taco Bell alternative, of course.
Hmm.
Like kind of like Rose's Cafe. There's a lot of nice chain, like
Hmm.
Torchy's and a couple of. There's some great chain
Yeah,
places in Texas.
yeah.
They
Torchy's, we
really
have
are.
one out here. I thought I liked it the first time, and the second time I didn't love it as much.
Hmm.
Nothing really beats Taco Bell. However, I mean, it's just trash. Like you know what you're getting when you're getting Taco Bell. It's just like it's the McDonald's of taco, the Mexican food. It's
I'm
also
trying
gotten
to.
hella expensive. Remember when you like 10 years ago, you'd spend $20 at Taco Bell and you'd have like
Mhm.
two bags. Now it's you get one and a half meals for $20. It's insane.
Oh God.
That's probably the worst thing. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. That's probably a bad another bad thing about COVID is that it spiked up prices of fast food. Not the worst thing.
I'm trying to look at the Fast Food Map
Traffic.
USA.
Yeah.
They produce one every year. I'm trying to think of any ones that we're not going to, and
Yeah.
there's definitely quite a bit that I've never heard of when I look at here. Oh, one that was just threw up on the screen that I do. Well, have you been to Checkers? Their fries. Checkers
Ooh.
does have some of the best fries. I will say that they can be really bad. I mean, some Checkers
Yeah.
can be terrible. I've had the worst service I've ever had at a
Huh.
Checkers. A fast food service I've ever had was at a
Yeah.
Checkers. Sonic, that's a great one to bring
Oh
up.
yeah.
Sonic is a great one to bring up because I
Sonic is
think they are
nice.
so overrated. I think they are so overrated.
Yeah.
I their fountain drinks are over syruped these days. I used to love me an ocean water. I used to could not go a week without some ocean water.
Yeah.
And now it just every place I go, I don't know who's been the new training manager nationwide, but they're just telling me to pump the flavorings into these drinks, and I just can't stand it. And I used to love their little the junior chili Frito wraps they have, the little Frito
Yeah.
burritos, and those just don't hit the same anymore, if they
Yeah.
hit at all. They also raised all their prices to just
Hmm.
they're just not it anymore.
Yeah, I would say never mind. Um Sonic also in Tennessee when I lived there, Sonic would make their California or it was like a little chicken sandwich, like a chicken grilled sandwich or whatever with honey mustard. That was incredible. Out here they use it was like a chicken club sandwich. Out here they use mayonnaise, not nearly as good. It's terrible.
Okay, this is wild. This is
Okay.
wild. So, in every state, this is supplied by, let's see here, Insider. Foursquare data reveals the most popular fast food chain in every state, and America clearly has a winner. And this map is showing Chick-fil-A is by far the dominant. I don't know if, I mean, I'll tell you this, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, only 10, 11. Only 11 other states in our great nation
Oh, you
thought
froze on me.
Chick-fil-A was not their top
This is gonna
restaurant.
be a real hot take too.
Oh, this is the hottest take. Guess who
Oh, there you
thought
go.
White Castle is the best? What state thought White Castle has the best fast food in the
Indiana.
state? Huh?
Indiana.
No.
Michigan.
No, I'll tell you.
Somewhere fat
Nevada.
Midwest. Huh. Weird.
Nevada.
Hmm.
I did. I guess because that whole place is just a desert. I guess like they put up a White Castle there. And
I was gonna ask,
doesn't have
gun to
much.
your head, which is tough. Like I think I have two answers. Gun to your head, what is your favorite fast food place?
Gun to my head,
Yeah. What if you
Chick
had to
Fil A.
choose? Yep. Mine
I
too.
just
I
say Chick
go.
Fil A. Just the consistencies there, and
Yeah.
everywhere you go, the smile on their
Hmm.
faces, and their menus progressing. I would get sick of it for some reason. And then their drinks. I mean, their tea's fantastic. Their lemonade's fantastic.
Hmm.
The catering. I love to cater so many of my work events and tailgates. I love getting a Chick-fil-A tray. It's just so easy with the sauce. I have never heard of anyone complaining about Chick-fil-A getting catered. I have never heard
No,
that.
not one person.
Um,
So I'm looking down here. I'm on like the best 50 fast food chains. It goes like McDonald's, Starbucks, so I think it's just volume more than anything. But then yeah,
mm.
Subway, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Burger
Taco
King.
Bueno was Oklahoma's, which was interesting.
Hmm.
Culver's was Chicago. In and Out, Raising Cane's California. This is insider. Once again, this is insiders. Obviously, this is going to be highly contested, but I am
Yeah.
just, this is a pretty accurate map.
Um, then going down your Jack in the Box, Panda Express. I hate Panda Express. It's awful. Popeyes doesn't. I
Oh,
know
I
some
love me
people.
some Panda.
I
The
hate
the
Panda.
secret to Panda Express is getting the chicken teriyaki thighs
Hmm.
because they slice. You get so much for the money. There's
Hmm.
so much for the money, and yeah, I will say the orange chicken at Panda Express doesn't always be hitting. You know,
No.
it's sometimes too dry for me, and it's been sitting out, and
I also don't like
always
Carl's Jr. or Hardee's much, but I do like them more than like Dairy Queen, Burger King, or Whataburger. So
yes.
I've never had Bojangles. I've always wanted to have Bojangles. Have you had it? I've heard
I
it's
have
incredible.
have I had Bojangles? Oh, I loved Bojangles. I did, and then the restaurant right beside where I was living, the Bojangles that was right beside, they kind of fell off. Maybe new
Mm.
management, I don't know. But the thing I loved from Bojangles was their Bowberry biscuits. So they take a biscuit, they hollow it out, fill it with blueberry jam or blueberry just sauce, icing like a Cinnabon, and then
Mm.
they just shove it into your mouth. And
Mm.
it's,
What
oh,
what
baby.
what kind of food
Oh,
is
baby. It's good.
Bojangles? Is like
Fried
Southern
chicken.
food? Oh, I
Yeah,
really want
just
to try
fried
some
chicken.
Bojangles.
It's Louisiana fried. It's
Mm.
supposed to be Carolina type of thing. I don't know.
Wow.
It's
I
but
have
they
a
have
wedding
great
in
dirty
Carolina
rice. They
soon.
have some good fixins. They got good
Yeah.
fixins. I will say
So,
that. But Popeyes, I think, is more elite. I do think
mm,
Popeyes is more elite, just because I do like their chicken better than
mm,
Bojangles chicken.
okay.
That's
Some
my opinion.
others we missed, which I don't really care about too much. El Pollo Loco, Qdoba, Del
Hmm.
Taco. I mean, those are kind of
Qdoba.
basic.
Qdoba is a good one to match the Chipotle. You
Yeah, it
know,
is.
to take over Chipotle. I didn't think of that one.
Um, Moe's is
One
on
that's
here.
taken over the nation that I took you to, and it's just, this is a rising star.
Hmm.
You, you'll hear, if you haven't heard of this chain, you're hearing of it now, and it is taking over the nation. Waldo's Chicken and Beer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That. How many places do they have now?
They now have 10 across the nation.
Oh wow.
They're in
Then yeah.
they're in a bunch of different states now. Tennessee, Oklahoma,
Oh
Texas, South Carolina. I mean, they're all over now, but there are more people every day. I love Waldo's Chicken and Beer.
yeah.
It's actually, I mentioned it on the Nashville podcast, but
Yeah.
it is by far one of my, it's my favorite chicken sandwich. And period.
Yeah.
Period. That is my favorite fast food.
I feel like
Waldo's.
that doesn't count as fast food. It's too good. Like
They
it's
just started.
its
Yeah,
own
it's too
level.
good to be fast food. That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
That's not fair to the rest of these contenders on here. There's no chance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've never had Zaxby's. Where is that? That's in Georgia. Athens, Georgia?
Like I said, it's kind of Raising Cane's straight on competitor.
Oh,
They
gotcha.
try to mix and match with the wings, but I just think they're inferior
Yeah.
all the way through. Just inferior restaurant.
And then I don't really care about McAllister's or what's the other one that's just the exact same thing McAllister's. It doesn't really count.
Panera Bread. You could
Yeah. Those
classify
are all just
Panera
basic
and
shit. And
yeah.
Hason's Deli is kind of basic. Doesn't really
Hmm.
count. No, it's not that good. Um, yeah.
This is something that's interesting. You don't see a lot of chains coming out of New York. The one that I think of is Sbarro. What else? Like, what else has really come out of New York? Because New
I don't
York is
know.
food capital of the world, some would say, you know,
I
and or at one time. and
Yeah.
then no chains have really exploded out of there
Ooh.
except some
Bit
pizzas.
Business Insider has chicken top two. Has Chick-fil-A number one, Raising
Yep,
Cane's number two, In and Out three,
man.
Firehouse Subs four.
Firehouse subs. I don't
Yeah,
like firehouse subs. It's too
bready.
the chickens are. I mean, the sandwiches are just terrible there. I think they're
I
soggy.
I really
They're just
enjoy
steamed too
it.
much.
I
The
enjoy
hook and
Firehouse
ladder is good,
Subs. I get the
but
hook
you
and
have
ladder all
five
the
minutes
time.
to eat it.
I think
You
I
have
had
5 minutes to eat
two.
it.
I had two in the last 2 weeks. Actually, I've had Firehouse twice in the last 2 weeks. I do enjoy it. There's just too much bread, but yeah.
It's
Jer-
wet. It's a
Jersey
wet
Mike's is
sandwich.
five.
They give you a wet
Donuts.
sandwich.
Here's what's overrated. Also, because I think it's straight poison. But Krispy Kreme donuts. Tim Hortons donuts, Canadian chain, 10 times better than Krispy Kreme. In Krispy Kreme, you eat two of them and you have a stomach ache for like 7 days.
I was very surprised to see Dunkin' Donuts leading the pack in the donut category for
Yeah,
fast food chains. I
Dunkin'
think it's
sucks,
just
dude.
because they were able to expand so fast, but I
Yeah,
think they are terrible. I'm not a
yeah,
Dunkin' guy.
yeah, that's fair. Well, I think we covered most of them. I'm glad that we really hit on like people should trust. We had the same ideas on pretty much everything. So
I think we did.
yeah,
The things that I would like to see produced out of this country. Let's see some more barbecue. Let's see some
yeah.
barbecue chains step up in this country. Let's see them do it.
So I thought you being such a business person, you've started food places before. I think that I wrote down on my notes that should be a business opportunity for you. You're a barbecue genius. You're a
The
business genius.
consistency I've seen it's too hard to do.
If
Somebody a lot smarter and a lot more talented than me needs to come along, but
yeah,
I can't do it. It's
if
all about
someone could do
when
it,
you're
you
doing
could do it.
hard smoke barbecue, unless you're running, those Traeger grills or those hard put
Yeah,
like machine boxes. I mean, it's just
you can do it.
hard to really get that stapled
Yeah.
pitmaster flavor consistently across a lot of different restaurants.
I,
Make it a chain.
I
It's
think you
tough.
can do it, to be honest. And I'm maybe even start out. You know those places that are really good and they're like cash only, where it's basically like you have to order now, and then we once we sell out, we sell out. So that way you have like four giant Traeger smokers. You can only feed I don't know 100
My
people.
favorite, my favorite place in the world, Fraser, is Big E's Barbecue in Lubbock.
Hmm. I don't
You've
know if I've
been?
ever have I. I
I
don't know
think
if
you
I've
have.
ever been there.
Are you kidding me? They have the open pit set up, the cast iron. They hand out just flour tortillas and meat. They just hand it to you
I
right
don't
off
think
the
I've
sidewalk.
ever
It's
been
right
there.
on the strip. Big
Maybe
E's
it's
Barbecue.
maybe
Look it
it's
up.
new, like
No,
newer.
it ain't new. Look up Big E's Barbecue. Love it.
I'll do it.
I guarantee you've been there.
I
You
don't
were
think
just
so.
hammered.
I've
You were
been to
going.
Chimmy's. Chimmy's I loved. The best queso on earth.
Let's
Just
look it up.
yeah,
This is a Lubbock thing. This
yeah.
is you should
Hmm.
know all about.
You're absolutely right. I feel like an idiot. I let down Texas Tech sports. All right.
Any
Well,
other, if there are any other Red Raiders out
yeah,
there listening to this, tell Frazier he's wrong or
yeah.
give him the news.
I bet Patrick Mahomes. Patrick, I know you're listening, so just shoot me a
Hmm.
text or slide my DMs and we can just talk, whatever you want. Football, throwing accuracy.
Free your brother.
Yeah,
He's probably
yeah.
already free. He's out on bail.
He shouldn't be free. That guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't mean that, Patrick. I'm sure you like him, but I'm sure he's also a pain in your ass.
I'm looking
Anyways,
for. I'm looking at it. Lubbock.
all right. Well, we're
It
signing off.
exists
Yeah, I agree. I don't doubt you. I just have never been
right
there.
there. Big E's
Hmm.
Barbecue.
Now I'm upset.
It'll
Now I
work.
need to go. We're
On
never going to be
Buddy
good.
Holly Avenue. You know that street.
Yeah, I know Buddy Holly. Also
Yeah.
Lubbock, Texas. All right,
Wow,
my
wow.
friend. We'll have to do another one maybe Friday or something. This
Hey, I
was
would love
great.
that. Would
We
love it.
talked 40 minutes on QSRs, which I think is brilliant. People really enjoy it. Have
Yeah.
yourself a good
Hey,
day, Jackson.
anytime. I'm always here to talk food.
Now I'm gonna go eat. I need to try a lot of these things. I need to try Culver's. I need to try something else you mentioned.
I'm going to eat at Yard Dog tonight here in off Beltline Road in Addison. So if
Oh,
you're listening to me, Yard Dog, I'm coming. I'll give you a review next time I see Frazier. I'll let you
yeah,
know
I'll try. I'll try
how
and
it
edit
goes.
this and post it in the next hour so they know. When they'll probably be listening already and be like, oh yeah, here he comes. It's a little
Oh no!
fanfare.
I want them to be totally surprised. I want them to not even know I'm coming. I
Yeah,
want
like
them to
is
not
that
anticipate.
Is that Jackson Greaves from the best podcast in the universe? I think
My
that it
Yelp
is.
is my Yelp reviews are
Mm,
legendary.
I
They're
bet.
they're great.
All right. Have a great day, Jackson, and night.
You too, buddy. Love you.
Bye.